It's The Drive on The Fan.
Hey, everybody, good morning. Greetings, salutations. It is The Drive here, the local guys, your sports leader, cruising along on your Throwdown Thursday fall break morning. Fall break starting today for a lot of the Washington County School District, all the teachers, all the students out of school. And that means no school today, tomorrow, or Monday. Monday's actually Columbus Day.
Columbus
Day. So, enjoy that fall break. A lot of those teachers and students are not up this morning listening to the show. They were up late last night. They are sleeping in. But for everybody else, just another normal Thursday work day.
Yeah.
And here we are, Devin, Polly, Tara. It is your Drive morning crew here from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. And boy, oh boy, we got a lot to get into. The hockey last night.
Yeah.
Golden Knights kicked off their season. We had the preseason debut for the Utah Jazz. We had, of course, the Major League Baseball playoffs. And I was disappointed. Mariners had such a great start in Detroit yesterday.
Yeah.
Leading 3-0. They're cruising through 5. Got a really good start there. And it was, Bryce Miller looking like 2024 Bryce Miller instead of 2025 Bryce Miller, where his ERA was low and now his ERA is high. And then we got into the bullpen, and then things unraveled. And the Tigers have forced a Game 5 back in Seattle, which is a scary notion because Seattle's going to be a home dog.
They are.
Tarek
Because of
Skubal.
who's on the mound. Yeah.
Tarek Skubal will be the pitcher in
tough.
that game. So I off day today, but my nerve level tomorrow will be through the roof.
There you go.
In that Mariner-Detroit series.
We need to start a GoFundMe to get you up there.
No.
I've made my stance clear that you need to be in that building, in T-Mobile Park.
I agree. He kind of got uninvited to the Benson Booner concert.
Oh,
too,
Yeah,
so.
my wife and daughters are
Oh,
going to
no.
a concert, and they're like, I'm not sure if I'm invited or not. Yeah, it's so
It's
Maybe they
soft
wanted a
subject.
girl
maybe
trip.
you're right.
Okay.
Maybe I just need to take
That's
off and go
right.
to Seattle.
Get up there.
That's what
You
I'm
and the
thinking.
B-man, get up there,
Just-
see a nice game.
Just grab a flight and go, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Spur
easy.
the moment.
Saturday afternoon. Hey, I wish the Seahawks were in town like last weekend where you had that double
I
dip.
saw videos of that because the Mariners Stadium is relatively close.
Right next door.
So, like, the overflow of people on the streets was insane when those two games were going pretty close to each other. Kickoff of the Seahawks game and then the first pitch of the Mariners game. The videos of the streets around the stadium, you couldn't even move.
Yeah.
There's just people everywhere. So,
Yeah, it
it'd be
would-
an environment. And I encourage you to make that trip. Spur of the moment, of course. But
6:08. Yeah, 6:08 on a Friday night. We don't have a high school football game.
Yeah.
Maybe I should
the
get up there tomorrow.
stars are aligning.
Yeah.
Let me look at flights.
There you go.
Let
See,
me
I'm
see
planting
what-
the seed here.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that.
I'm planting the seed.
But shoot, you got me thinking now.
Planting it, and I'm watering it, and
I
I'm
actually was
I want to
think-
see it grow.
I was actually thinking if I'm not going, I still might go just because
Okay.
I didn't. She's just like, well, I was trying to talk her into going to the concert tonight.
Yes.
That Tara's going tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tara. She's up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's my fault, I guess, that she's going because I planted that seed.
Yeah. That
And
was
so
his
now
fault.
she's going.
Yeah, she's a cute. You've caught shrapnel for that.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. I
Oh,
don't.
Sammy's gonna love it.
Exactly.
He's
She's
gonna
smile
love it.
on her
Sammy,
face.
yeah.
I wish she was going with you guys, though, and I'm not having to take her. But,
Yeah, you wish you could just throw her in on the carpool
yeah,
and
like
stay
he said,
home.
he was like, Sammy can go, but you just got to buy your ticket.
Yeah.
So then I said that, and all my kids want to go now, so
Yeah.
now I'm going.
See, everybody wants to go. It's fall break. What else were you gonna do? You had nothing else planned.
I
See, you should be
watched football and hockey. I had a lot of other
You
stuff
should be
planned.
thanking me. I know. I like where your head's at.
If I'm going to spend $1,000, I want to go to like the Virginia Tech game, football night game or something,
Yeah,
or
that's
Tennessee,
right.
Florida, or I don't know. There's so many other options.
But you're seeing
but
Benson.
I'm going to
You'll
Benson
be
Boone.
dancing.
I've heard he's good live.
Yeah.
I've heard
A
that
couple
too.
people have said he's a really good performer.
All
So.
Yeah.
right.
You'll have to let me know because it might be based on. I might be waiting until tonight.
You're on the outside looking in. Sounds like.
I might invite myself to the Mariners game if you go.
That's right. You two could catch a flight, go see the game, the decisive Game 5.
It'll be a good one.
I would.
9-3. I was watching. I thought Naylor got us going. I thought we were cruising, and
Naylor
then
back.
all of a sudden, just things got away from us in Detroit. Detroit got to us. I mean, 9-3, they win it. Good for them. And it sets up a thrilling Game 5 in Seattle tomorrow night. And to beat Tarek Skubal twice is going to be something for the Mariners. It's going to be something. George Kirby is going to get the ball, so they'll go back to their Game 1 starter, Kirby. And
what's it called? The Skubal's 0-2 with a 4.58 ERA against the Mariners this season. So that does bode well for him.
Yeah.
Maybe they do see him better than other teams. I don't know.
I mean, Kirby's going to have to be terrific. I mean, the over/under on that game is 5.5.
It's low,
Low
for a baseball
total.
game. Yeah,
Really
could
low
be a
total.
2-1 game. Could be something like that. The first one was really low scoring with Skubal on the
3-2. The first two games went 3-2. Yep. Games 1 and Game 2. The first one in extra innings, obviously, and Seattle lost that Game 1. They bounced back, won Game 2. Game 3, and then lost Game 4 yesterday. Meanwhile, Cubbies staved off elimination.
They did.
Cubbies beat the Brewers 4-3.
Had a friend at that game. He was real excited. Said the environment was on fire. The Cubs obviously backs against the wall, and they performed. I was somewhat surprised. I thought that was going to get closed out. It just felt like the Brewers and Mariners were the better teams in the series just by the first two games. But that home field, that push that you get from the crowd, the energy, both those teams, the Cubs.
Yeah.
Cubs rode it, and the Tigers rode the momentum from being at home, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and Toronto took care of business. They did what the Mariners could not do on the road in a Game 4.
Yeah.
They shut the door.
I thought that would happen because the Blue Jays are just, it seems, a couple cuts above the Yankees. And if the Yankees aren't hitting the long ball, they just aren't an effective
I just
lineup.
like Toronto's pitching better.
They are.
I like their bullpen better.
Yeah.
I don't know that I trust either bullpen. I like Seattle's pitching over either of those two teams. And now Toronto will be sitting there waiting for the winner of the Seattle-Detroit Game 5 with the 3-1 series win. They beat the Yankees 5-2. Dominguez gets the win. Schlettler gets the loss. And then in the nightcap, Phillies finally got the bats bopping.
Finally. Schwarbomb showed up.
Do we have a Schwarbomb to get everybody going on a throwdown Thursday morning? Philadelphia scores 8 runs in L.A. and really kind of put the hammer down on the Dodgers to get back into that series. Now it's 2-1. And a pivotal Game 4 will be today at 4:08 local time. Brewers-Cubs will be 7:08 local time. Those will be your 2 Game 4s today in the National League. So we do get 2 Game 4s today.
Yeah.
Here is Schwarbomb from yesterday.
Been a major story. Schwarber gonna send one way out of here. How far will it fly? My goodness.
Whew.
Kyle Schwarber.
I think it was 455 feet or something like that.
The crack of the bat, you knew he got it all. And it just kept going. It looked like it almost got out of the stadium, didn't it? Like it lost track of the ball.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Schwarbomb. Yeah.
Schwarbomb. Wow.
Yeah.
8-2. The Dodgers. A lot of Dodger fans probably waking up pretty good tasting coffee this morning. Isn't it?
I would say so.
You're still up 2-1, but that one kind of stung a little bit. Philly fans, I got a buddy that's a Philly fan, and he put on his Instagram a poll, should I go to the game or not? He's kind of thinking along the same lines as me. He's a Phillies fan living in St. George, Utah. He's like, should I go to L.A. today? The Instagram was heavily in favor of him going.
Yeah,
you're
sure.
always going to give people that want to be
Yeah,
there.
they're jealous. Live vicariously through
right.
you. Schwarber, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. He beat the Phillies, beat the Dodgers by himself, really, with the 3 RBIs. That would have been enough. They would have won 3-2, which what Schwarber did last night with the 2 bombs.
All right.
Yeah.
So that series is a little bit more interesting and a little pressure flip, maybe. Now the pressure may be back to the Dodgers just a little bit going into that game tonight.
Right.
I haven't seen, I think it's Sanchez and Glasnow. I think Glasnow and Sanchez is the pitching matchup. I haven't seen the Cubs Brewers pitching matchup. I don't know if they've released that just yet. So that was your baseball, playoff baseball. Oh, I love some playoff baseball.
I do too.
Good.
And for someone without a dog in the fight, really, because my Padres are out, I love that I want to see it go to Game 5. Like, I want the battles.
Meaningful games.
Yeah, the
the
elimination
back and
games.
forth. Like, I just don't want a 3 and out. You know, I want to see
Longer
these
series,
teams,
more games, better games.
Really only
Exactly.
one good game yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, there weren't a ton of good ones yesterday.
Three. I mean, Yankees was okay, but the other two games, Seattle and out in LA, those were blowouts.
The only good one was the Cubs Brewers
Yep.
yesterday. So
Yep. It's a fact.
yeah.
The other thing worth noting today, I know it's just preseason, but Aurelius Ace Bailey had himself a pretty nice debut for the Utah Jazz in the preseason last night. Impressive debut. 25 points last night, 11 of 16 shooting, had 6 rebounds and 3 assists, 2 steals. Rockets still beat the Jazz 140-127, but despite the loss, the rookie point guard's performance against his idol, Kevin Durant, garnered some significant praise and kind of highlighted his potential as a future star for the Utah Jazz. Here is Durant talking after the game about Ace Bailey's NBA season preseason debut.
About how you were his favorite player growing up, and you've spoken about him a little too, but to see what he did tonight, 25 points, what do you think about the rookie?
Dynamic player. I think he's going to be a hell of a player. I love the coaching staff that he's with. I love that he got drafted to Utah. They got a good developmental program over there that I'm looking forward to seeing how he progresses. So I'm expecting a big year from him and a big career from him. And tonight he showed what he could do.
You know, I just saw the highlights. I didn't watch the game live, Paulie. Did you just see the highlights as well? But it was even Rocket fans were saying that Ace looked good out there. Rocket fans were saying, hey, he looked like he was impressive and he was cutting and moving without the ball and getting to the rim on those Nurkic passes. And you know, a lot of people are saying, hey, Utah's got a good player here. If he buys into the team, he could be a franchise-type player.
And I've been saying that about Ace.
Oh, we've all been sky high. When he fell to 5, everybody loved that pick for Utah.
I think that he was my second-best player in the draft behind Cooper Flag.
Well, we were talking about, you know, Ace going 2 all spring leading up to the NBA draft.
But no one thought he'd fall farther than 3. So the Jazz got a really good value pick with him. So I think we're going to see this guy develop into the best player on the team. I mean, I think he's the most talented player already. So I think if Kevin Durant is right, if the development team and the coaching staff with Utah can develop this guy, the raw tools are better than anybody on the Utah Jazz right now.
Yeah.
The athleticism, the height, the wingspan, the shooting ability.
He showed a spin move and a mid-range shot last night that looked like Tracy McGrady in the highlights I saw. He had a body exaggeration pump fake for a dunk that was a very mature move for a rookie in the NBA. Like, his game, it's raw. The interesting thing, I want to temper my expectations just a little bit. I'm always cautiously optimistic when it comes to the Utah Jazz. I have been for years. Is when he hits that rookie wall, what is the reaction? How long is that rookie wall take to hit? How long does he hit that wall for before he can turn it back on again? Because a lot of rookies hit that so-called rookie wall, Paulie.
Yeah, I would assume that that'll come at some point, but still, like, anytime you can do 25 on 11 of 16, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, that's filling up the stat sheet. That's a stat sheet stuffer. That's not just a scorer that a lot of people thought he was. There was that stat in college that he didn't have an assist for like a 7-8 game stretch. Like, people worried about his passing ability. But I think all that stuff is moot points now that he is in the NBA. He's playing preseason games. He's going to be a starter for this team.
Yeah, they're going to give him a ton of minutes.
They're going to give him a ton of minutes.
It's a great fit.
It is a great fit, and Kevin Durant realizes that. He said, I like where he got drafted in that quote we played.
Yep.
And, like, not Ace Bailey's representation that he's since moved on from. Didn't want him in Utah. They wanted him in Washington. They thought it's a more clear runway to stardom, I think the quote was. But I think that he could be a bona bona fide star in Utah.
Look,
like I don't think it needs to be in Washington. It doesn't need to be in Charlotte. It doesn't need to be all these teams that he was trying to manipulate the draft to fall to. He could be a star for the Utah Jazz this year.
And I don't think any Jazz fans are holding any sort of a grudge. I think the camp actually helped the Jazz out because they landed him, so they should be singing the praise of his agent. Look, if you weren't a fan before, maybe you will be now since he's with your Utah Jazz, but a lot of people think he's the real deal, and he can ball, and only a few players can come into the league and look as comfortable as he did in his preseason debut. And I know, I get it, it's just a preseason game, and I don't want to go bananas this morning.
Yeah.
But he's performing like that on a continuous basis. He's going to be compared to Cooper Flagg all season long, and a lot of people are going to be, if he keeps doing that, saying he's better than the #1 draft pick. He's going to be compared to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everybody that was picked in front of him all season long, Paulie.
Yeah.
And he's got a chance to outshine them. And a lot of people, if he does that on a night-in, night-out basis, they're going to say, he's hungry. He's got a chip. He's got something to prove. He's smooth. Ace is going to become a fan favorite if he does that every single night once we get to the regular season.
Like, just the Twitter reception is just really strong from Jazz fans. Ace Bailey got 19 points in 22 minutes. He's dicing up a 52-win team, playing most of its players. I get it, it's preseason, but at the same time, any Jazz fans got a smile seeing this.
Yeah.
Like, that's a tweet from one of the Jazz accounts, fan accounts that I see quite a bit. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of hype, and I think he's going to live up to it. He is a very, very talented player.
Yeah, and look, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see this kid shine. Jazz win total really, really low.
Super low. Lowest in the league.
Not even 20 wins
Lowest
this year.
in the league.
They don't even think they'll win 20 wins. I wonder if the win total bumped a little after just one preseason game. Did they give him an extra win on the season win line?
I don't think so. But,
I mean, I think Jazz fans got to be careful. You don't want to get over the moon here one preseason game where he shot 11 of 16, but there wasn't a lot. They had a travel that was a little bit questionable. He stole the ball from Kevin Durant on one play, went down the three without hesitation, stopped and popped a three-pointer like Steph Curry. He missed the shot, but the confidence to take the shot was sensational, and he didn't even hesitate. He also did have a steal where he got all the way to the right angle and drilled a three. So, like, he did a little bit of everything last night. A lot of fun.
Yeah, you're right. It is up a win. It was 17.5. It's either they're moving the line or there's been action on the over. So it's moved up to 18.5 wins for the Utah Jazz. They are the lowest total in the league.
Thank you, Ace. You're getting us some respect. One
extra win
from Vegas at a time.
The other two bottom feeders are the Brooklyn Nets, 20.5, and the Wizards, 20.5. So they are a full 2 games better in the win totals than the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, with my Mariners losing, that was the best thing I saw last night.
All right.
That was the best thing I saw last night.
I had a best, well, we're not really doing best thing, kind of an open here, but I was watching a lot of hockey last night. I know you guys were doing a lot of the playoff baseball, but I was doing both of the 2 games on TNT last night, the Caps, Bruins, and the Knights, Kings, of course. And
I don't think you made it to the end of the Knights Kings game. Because your text stopped about 8:30 last night.
Yeah,
You went dark.
I went dark, but I was still watching. I didn't watch the whole game, but, I was a little less active on the cell phone, more active with watching, staying tuned in. Yeah, well, I know you generally know when I stop texting, I'm in bed. But last night, I just was kind of not focused on my phone and iPad and just watching the game. But the first game was fun for me. It was the season opener for my team. They looked terrible, though, very sluggish. There's a lot of these hockey teams, their power plays, penalty kills, a lot of the things like the maintenance things that are huge and special teams in hockey are not fine-tuned in game one. So the Caps lost 3-1. The Bruins just kind of manhandled them throughout the game.
Bruins had a game under their belt.
They did. They had a game under the belt, and
I
it
don't
showed.
think in preseason, it's kind of like the NFL. You don't play your normal lines for 20 minutes a night.
No, we went to a preseason game just a couple
It's
weeks ago, or a
doesn't
week
even
and a
look
half
like
ago.
the same
And,
team
yeah,
as a
it's-
regular season game.
There's a lot of guys you don't know or
It's a
recognize.
long
playing.
season.
Yeah.
And it's 82 game
You're
season.
trying to find your depth pieces in the preseason, guys you can move up. And that Colton Sissons, who played for him last night, he played a lot during the preseason. He's kind of earned a good spot on, I think, the third line, and he was playing pretty well last night. But Pavel Dorofeev, how about him? He's a scorer.
Yes.
And
if I had a hat, I'd throw it on the ice.
Yeah,
Right now.
that's
we've
right.
got this.
We
We've
got
got
the
the first
hats.
hattie of the season.
Let's go.
They're throwing him in Vegas last night with this hat trick goal from Pavel Dorofeev.
Back across Dorofeev. Score! It's a hat trick on opening night for Pavel Dorofeev.
And Pavel Dorofeev, he's
Crank up the Vegas Lights by Panic at the Disco.
and he's been a guy.
Yeah, right?
He's been a guy for him the last 2 years. He was their leading goal scorer last year. This is a guy they pulled up from the Henderson Silver Knights. Comes from Russia. His favorite player, take a guess.
Ovi.
Correct. But, yeah, and he kind of reminds me of him. He's not on the left dot. He's on the right dot, but he does that Ovi shot a lot on the power play from the other opposite dot, and he's a sniper. So
Yeah.
he had 3, but the Knights do lose in the shootout. Aiden Hill didn't have his best night. 6.
They hung him out to dry on the fourth and the fifth goal. It's crazy because the Kings took a 3-1 lead, and then Dorofeev gets hot. They tie it, gets the hat trick. First 3 goals all by Dorofeev. Skorofeev.
Yeah,
and then obviously the Knights push it up to 5-3. That Marner line with Jack Eichel. Jack got one off a beautiful
buzzing.
feed.
Yeah, Jack.
that line is going to be one of the most dynamic lines, if not the best top line in hockey this year. The Knights are going to
think
score
so.
goals.
Yeah.
But with Marner and Eichel, that line is unbelievable. But
your concerns
the
about
defense,
Pietrangelo,
yes.
that's a big hole, and they haven't addressed that really as far as finding
Riley's old. Kolasar's looked a step slow. Howden wasn't great last night. Hannafin might be our best defenseman. McNabb,
Hey,
scoring.
Shea Theodore.
Yeah, Shea, you would think on paper, him and Noah
looks
Hannafin
good.
played the most time on the ice last night of the defensemen. Those are your 2 best defensemen based on minutes played last night, with Cassidy going with them both 24-plus minutes last night.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they've got to shore some things up. Lazone is new. Korzak is unproven. White Cloud, it wasn't terrific last night. Little sloppy, a little out of position. Didn't have a lot of hits or checks, I didn't think. So there's some things in game 1 you can definitely. I mean, the fact that they dang near come back and won it, and then they had it and then they lost it. That game had all the emotions of like a playoff game in the season opener.
But the Knights still won. And even though they
got
didn't
a
win,
point.
they didn't win. No, I'm not talking about that. They won the day because they signed an 8-year extension
For Jack
Eichel.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the
$108 million.
we saw the McDavid little
2-year.
team-friendly deal.
Yeah.
But they get an 8-year extension for a guy in the heart of his prime. I mean, this is a big deal. And they were talking to him on TNT on the red carpet and stuff. And he mentioned how important the fans are to him coming back. He said it's just amazing how this fan base just loves this team and admires this team and shows out every night and brings the energy for this team.
Yeah.
And he was excited to be back. You could tell. And he had a great night, a goal and 3 assists. So 4 points for Jack Eichel after getting the brand new deal. The freshly minted man, as far as money goes, he still is producing at a high level. So sometimes you see guys get paid and they kind of loaf or not have the best season after they get paid, but he's off to a roaring start. 4 points.
Yeah, just 25 shots though, and they scored 5 goals against Aiden Hill, and that's.
But Kings coming off playing in a back-to-back, you really would have thought the Knights would have won that game. So it's a little bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah,
in a
same
way.
thing with the Caps, though. I mean, having that game under your
Okay, you
having that
flipped that
game
on
under
me.
your
I like
belt,
that.
having that game under your belt, you're still fresh. It's not like you're playing a back-to-back in January. You're playing
Right.
a back-to-back at the beginning of the season where you're eager and hungry and ready to go.
That's right. I would still take the fresh leg legs over the back-to-backers, but that's just
Early
me
in the
personally.
season, it didn't work out last night. There's two case and points.
I know, 0-2 for the teams that were fresh.
I think in generalities, you're normally spot on. I just think at the start of the season, that didn't play out. And, Knights didn't look great in the shootout there. I mean, couple really awkward backhand shots that Forsberg easily stopped. The one kick out on Jack was pretty nice, but Marner's goal, he relatively easily stopped it, and had Marner scored it, they would have continued on, but they lose in the shootout, and oh well.
Just one of 82.
1 of 82.
That's right.
Cassidy had only lost one season opener in his entire coaching career. One. So he's not used to losing the game one of the season, no matter where he was, whether he was in Boston or Vegas. But look, it is what it is. I think the Kings, who got beat by the Avalanche the night before 3-1, was a playoff team. They had Edmonton on the ropes. It's not like they lost to nobody last night. But the way that they lost in that third period was very surprising with the breakaway goal by, what's his name, Brant Clark. I mean, I heard of that guy, and he had a really easy goal on a beautiful pass that was behind Aiden Hill. There was nothing Aiden Hill can do. The defense was just clearly outflanked on the play.
Yeah,
and I'm not putting that goal on Aiden Hill. There's nothing he can do on a 2-on-1 breakaway when it's perfectly timed.
And their power play still needs some work. From the power plays I saw, I know Dorofeev scores from his spot twice, but they got a shorthanded goal because some really sloppy passing and stuff like that on the power play. So I still think that they're trying to break in Marner on the power play at that top point spot.
Yeah, and he's got the chemistry is only going to improve with
It's going to
Mitch.
improve.
And he had a couple of assists.
The 5
last
on
night.
5 play, he was really good. He got a couple assists, but on the power play, I wasn't as impressed with his output as far as his first game. But again, he's getting up to speed, acclimating to the team, but we'll see how it goes.
They got the Sharks tonight. Should be a get-right game.
It should. They normally handle the Sharks.
Yeah,
so.
on the road, though. They got to go out to San Jose tonight, 8 o'clock.
Sharks are a team. I saw this headline, Sharks without captain for the first time since 14-15. So Sharks kind of not really having a leader role on the team right now. I think that's going to be one of the worst teams in the NHL. So the Knights should get right tonight and win.
Yeah, Dorofeev, though, the hat trick, he shined. He also was the one that did score in the shootout where Eichel was stopped on a wrist shot, and Marner on a backhand wrist shot was saved by Forsberg as well.
That's right.
And the Marner one's the one that they kind of ended up needing. But, 6-5. Kings do get an extra point with the OT win. Knights had a couple chances in the 5-minute overtime session to win it outright there before they went to the shootout. Just couldn't find the net. And really, the Kings did as well.
Yeah.
But entertaining way to start the season. I couldn't go to sleep last night. I was locked to my TV.
You're always going to get looks in that 3-on-3. I mean, there's just so much open ice, and there's just so many passing lanes, and puck possession so vital in 3-on-3 overtime because any rush can be a goal. But they went without a goal in the overtime, and the Kings just a little better on the shootout. And like I said, Aiden Hill, not his best night.
No. I look for him to bounce back tonight on the road against San Jose. The Knights will be favored on the road tonight in Game 2 of the season. We're going to take a break. When we come back, guests start rolling in. Guess who we got next, Paulie? You and I get to sit down and go one-on-one with NASCAR driver Joe Gibbs Racing, the 19 driver.
Yes.
Chase Briscoe.
That's right.
Who will enter the race Sunday at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, sitting 7th in the Chase standings with 3 races before the Phoenix 4 that will have a chance to fight for the championship. So he needs to move up a little bit. And we'll talk with him, get his take on Vegas and all things about the playoffs in NASCAR. He'll join us next when we come back. It's The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. Everybody here on the drive, very special guest, revving it up for Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Driver the 19, Joe Gibbs Racing Machine, the Toyota, Chase Briscoe, our guest, Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff hanging out, getting you ready for race weekend down the I-15 freeway. And Chase, thanks for hopping on the show. How we doing heading into 3 more playoff races, starting with Vegas on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Actually, just got off the simulator this morning. Did about 3 or 4 hours running around Las Vegas. So feel like I'm kind of there, even though I'm still here in Charlotte. But it's I'm looking forward to getting there this weekend. It's an awesome racetrack, obviously an awesome area to come visit, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, kind of a sweat-free race in Charlotte. In some regards, you didn't have to like panic. You're easily into the round of 8. How did that feel? Not have to sweat it out those closing laps out there at the Roval.
Yeah, it's always nice, even though you're 20-something points above, anything can still happen. So you're still a little nervous, but yeah, it was definitely a relatively, stress-free day. And those are nice to have. When you're right around that cut line, it's a miserable feeling, and just, so much can change in literally a corner. I mean, we saw that last weekend. So yeah, it'll be nice that that's kind of behind us now. And truthfully, the round of 8, all of it's going to be stressful. Just, obviously, the best guys going for those final 4 spots. So, yeah, just got to go, this weekend and kind of reset and try to, go there and see what we can do.
Chase, you're sitting 7th in the standings, heading to Vegas. Just a few points out of that top 4. So, mindset, take us behind the scenes with the 19 team. What's all the talk going into this this race at Vegas? I mean, is it all out aggression, or is it, hey, we got to be smart, we got to be patient? What's that chatter around the team like?
Well, I mean, it's hard just because you have to be aggressive to, obviously put yourself in position to win these races. And the hard part is in this round of 8 is, more than likely, I mean, all of us feel like we have to win. Just the points are so tight. The field is so strong when you get to these 8 guys that, the only way that you can absolutely know that you're going to Phoenix is by a win, right? And I think all of us would tell you that Vegas is the one race we want to win more than any of them, just because that way we don't have to go to Talladega and Martinsville with the stress of the playoffs. So, yeah, I think for us, it's honestly just trying to go there and do what we've done the last couple months and just go there and try to bring the fastest car we can. And, once we get there, try to execute with the car that we have. And it'll be interesting. It's going to be a super intense race. And, all of us know kind of what's at stake, especially with Talladega and Martinsville looming in the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, you'll see us all be pretty aggressive, I'd say.
And Chase, speaking of your team, I just wanted to ask you what it's like racing for Joe Gibbs. He's won 5 Cup Series championships. He won 3 Super Bowls as an NFL coach. What's it like with his leadership and that team? Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, yourself, all having great seasons.
Yeah, it's been crazy for me just to, this is my first year at Joe Gibbs Racing, and, I've raced against Joe Gibbs Racing my entire career, at least in NASCAR the last 7-8 years. And, from a distance, you're always like, man, what do they do that's so different than everybody else? Because they're always successful. And, now being inside the walls there, it's pretty obvious that it starts at the top with Coach. And, I can just see, why he was successful in the football, coaching side of things. Just he's so good at getting the most out of people and really knowing how to put people in the proper places, whether it's management or whatever. And, he's just so good at understanding human nature and kind of what drives people. And, yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. I think he's 84 right now, and that guy is, if I can get around as good as he does at 64, I'd be thrilled. He goes to every single race, every practice, every qualifying he's in. Every meeting that we have, it's pretty unbelievable just how, in depth he is with everything we do.
Good stuff. I'm just mesmerized sitting there thinking about it, how instrumental he's been to his race car drivers.
A legend.
And now you're racing for him. Is there pressure, Chase? Is there pressure that comes with that first year with a new team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure. It's no different than when you go start a new job or something, right? You want to make them feel like they made the right decision. But, truthfully, I think, hopefully I'm here 5-10 years down the road. But I think, even 5-10 years from now, there's going to be pressure. That's just, the environment that is Joe Gibbs Racing. It's kind of like, going and playing for the Dodgers or the Yankees, right? Like you're just expected to go win. You're one of the elite teams. And, that's the, the stigma, I guess, that Joe Gibbs Racing has, gotten just because they have been so successful, year after year. So, yeah, I think there's certainly pressure year one, but I think even 5-10 years down the road, there's always going to be that pressure to go perform, just because that's kind of what's expected at JGR.
You've talked a little bit before about being the underdog in these playoff rounds. It seems like you embrace that underdog role, especially now you're heading into Vegas. You mentioned you want to be really aggressive. Do you kind of feel like you got a little chip, something to prove on this big stage, and you've kind of arrived as one of the top drivers in the sport?
It feels different. I definitely, my entire Cup career, I've always certainly been the underdog, just driving for, teams that aren't one of those elite teams. But, it does feel different now, just knowing that you have a legitimate shot to, be the champion. Where in the past, truthfully, you are an underdog. If you could just even get there, it's a big deal. Where, now we have all the parts and pieces to get to that final round. And if we get there, we have all the, parts and pieces to, put it together and be the champion. So it definitely feels different this time around. I still feel like I'm a little bit of the underdog, just, compared to those other 7 guys. They've all kind of been there and done it before, where I'm kind of the new guy on the block. But, yeah, it definitely feels different, just because I feel like we have all the puzzle pieces to do it. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
And Chase, obviously a couple years ago, the much talked about change for JGR to Toyotas. What's it been like in your first experience navigating in a new car and a new make and model?
It's been a lot. I've been at Ford my entire career, and this is, like you said, the first year being on the Toyota side. And yeah, it's been mind blowing, truthfully, just how much is different. Whether it's the simulator or, just even the amount of people that are involved, from the manufacturer side and that go to the racetrack. And, the Ford stuff was, truthfully, a very small team that kind of was at the racetrack and kind of there week in and week out, where Toyota has a lot of people there and, just people that are really, really involved at kind of every level and category. So, yeah, that's been, certainly eye-opening, from a resource standpoint. Just everything that Toyota does for the drivers is, incredible. There's a whole Toyota kind of driver performance center and everything, and no other manufacturer really has that. So Toyota definitely puts in the resources for us to be able to have everything it takes to win and win races and win championships. And I think you see that in the results a lot of the time on Sunday.
Chase Briscoe, 19 car, Joe Gibbs Racing, going to rev it up in Las Vegas this weekend. If you're going down to the race, make sure and root like crazy. Chase, I'm curious. It brings a question to my mind. Do you feel the fans more of Vegas than other stops, or is Vegas, what sets it aside? Because there are a lot of fans, especially on that Sunday race. It's a packed house down there at LVMS.
Yeah, Vegas always has a great turnout. And, the Vegas atmosphere is always one of the cooler ones, I feel like, just because of how the garage area is. They're really just even a normal ticket. A lot of the time you have to have a kind of a pit pass to even get close to the garage area. And
right
at Vegas, the garage area, the neon garage, how they have it, you can just get a ticket and you're like literally in the garage with us. And they have, a mezzanine over the garage where you can look right down where we're working, and just the atmosphere and just the access the fans have in Vegas, I feel like is, one of the best in NASCAR. So yeah, it's always, a different feel when you go there. Victory Lane's kind of in the middle of that same fan area. It's just a really cool, environment that, Las Vegas Motor Speedway has been able to give the fans, and even as competitors, it is kind of unique to other places we go.
Chase Briscoe hanging out with us here. You mentioned the simulator a couple times. Give our fans and listeners a little insight. Does that take into account like Vegas's track surface, and does it take into account tire management, or is it more just like strategy and speeds when you're hitting the turns and getting on that Nellis backstretch?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So the track is, laser scanned literally thousandths of an inch. So every single bump or crack on the racetrack is there in our simulator.
Wow.
Visually, everything is the exact same. So, if there's a billboard or a random tree somewhere or whatever that, for whatever reason you're using that as a reference, it's right there. The racetrack, like I said, is obviously super, exact to kind of what it is in real life. But yeah, we build our setups on that. All the way even to the weather. Like today, we're messing with the wind, just knowing that the wind on Saturday might be a little bit different on Sunday, and how that affects the car and how it drives. So yeah, there's a ton that goes into the simulator. It's kind of what we live and die by anymore. I'm on it typically 10 to 12 hours a week. So it's really kind of just the environment that we live in today, where we only get 20 minutes of practice when we show up to these racetracks. The simulator is really the only tool that we have to kind of narrow in our setups and try to figure out what's best to go to the racetrack. So, yeah, it's something I was on today from 7 to 10 in the morning, and then I'm actually going back this evening and running some more.
Good stuff. Chase Briscoe, everybody. Check out the 19 car. Joe Gibbs Racing, Las Vegas Motor Speedway this Sunday, 5:30 Eastern. Should be a lot of fun. Chase, thanks for the time. Great to catch up with you, man. We'll be watching you and rooting like crazy for you, and appreciate you carving out some time on the show with us here for NASCAR fans in Southern Utah.
Thanks, Chase.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Chase Briscoe, everybody. We got to get to a timeout. Lots more sports talk coming up when we come back on The Drive.
I love this one.
Yeah, Paulie loves this one.
I do.
Hey, welcome back. It is the drive, and hey guys, listen up. It is game time in St. George. If you're feeling tired all the time, you're feeling sluggish, you're feeling like something's just off, you can't put your finger on it, no energy, you get home from work, you just want to sit on the couch, you don't want to go to the gym, your drive is down. It could simply be low testosterone. Right now, Game Day Men's Health is offering free testosterone tests. Absolutely free, free. Here's the kicker. This is what I love. You get your results back in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, and you've got your test in your hand. So no running around, no going to another stop, no waiting, get a call from a doctor 3 days later. 15 minutes, you know what your T levels are. You want to be somewhere around like 700. That's a good range for a 45-year-old, 50-year-old male if you can sustain those levels like you were when you're in your 20s. Now, a lot of people will be clinically low and come in the the 200s or 300 range, and then you can get those T levels up. That's going to give you increased libido, stamina, more energy, more focus. Sometimes you could be feeling like you're just a little bit even depressed, but you might just be your testosterone has dropped and you're feeling a little off. So go get your T levels tested. Very important for guys over 40, 45, 50 years old. It's fast. It's easy. Game Day Men's Health. It's a man cave environment. Nurse in-house, doctors in-house, ready to help you look and feel your best. They specialize in this stuff. This is all they do is help men with looking and feeling their best. They do ED treatments, weight loss plans, peptides, and of course, the testosterone replacement therapy if you need it. But it starts with that free T-test. Call or text Game Day Men's Health. That's what I do. That's where I go. 435-265-4223. I'll give you that number one more time. 435-265-4223. You can call or text. Say, hey, I was listening to Devin. He said, you guys are doing a free T-test. When can you fit me in? And they'll get you an appointment, and off you go, and you'll find out where your T levels sit at today. Game Day Men's Health, helping you reclaim your game. GameDayMen'sHealth.com/St. George. Call or text 435-265-4223. We got a Thursday night game tonight.
Yes.
We've also got our Zag picks of the week. You got till Saturday this week to get your Zag picks in, but you got to get them in before the first college football game on Saturday. We'll get to the NFL game in just a second. Paulie wants to reboot our Survivor picks.
I do. I've been yearning for this.
We'll do it second hour.
All right, second hour.
We'll do it second hour. I haven't even looked at the slate.
All right.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
all right.
We'll do it in 5 minutes left in the first hour. So give me 5 minutes.
I wanted to make you have a hasty pick and maybe
I know what you're
flame
doing.
out once again.
You've been thinking about this since your Buffalo Bills let you down.
That's right. Premeditated always with me.
Yes.
You'd always know that. So.
Yes. I love
After
it.
fighting in the break over the Bills, I was glad I didn't take them. But then my Chiefs still let me down.
I know.
We were all bad.
But it's okay. We're gonna reboot, and I've got some stakes to heighten here to make things a little more competitive.
Oh, okay.
Oh, higher stakes.
I've got ideas.
In the meantime, here are your picks that you're picking from this week on our website. The only place you can make these picks are thefansportsnetwork.com. Zag is our great partner. They're giving away hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the course of the season, thousands of dollars in gift certificates to go get phone chargers, phone cases, screen protectors, accessories, pop sockets, phone case wallets. They got all that stuff. Charger packs when you're traveling, stuff for your home, for your nightstand. They've got you covered with everything to do with your phone at the 2 St. George or the Cedar City Zag location. We've also teamed up with Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar. Their sushi is unbelievable. If you haven't been in there, newly remodeled. They got lunch specials for students, high school and college. They've got karaoke going once a week. They got a ton of fun stuff over there. It's one of the hot spots in St. George to get a delicious meal. We're going to give you a chance to win some Kabuto as well. Here are the matchups. 5 college, 5 NFL games this week. No high school with the fall break. BYU at Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona State at Utah. Alabama at Missouri.
Oh, good one.
Indiana at Oregon. Top 10 matchup.
That's going to be a good one.
Yep.
And Utah State at Hawaii. That game is like a 11:59 kickoff Mountain Time in Hawaii.
The die-hard Aggie fans
And it's
will
like
be up.
it's like a pick 'em. It's like I
right.
think Hawaii's favored by 1.
Okay.
Seahawks at Jags. tight line in that one.
Yeah.
Jags just beat the Chiefs. Seahawks just lost in a shootout to Baker Mayfield. Niners at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Detroit at Kansas City.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of close ones.
Buffalo at Atlanta and Chicago at Washington. Those are your 2 Monday night games. Bills at Falcons and Bears at Commanders. And the Bears-Commanders is the tiebreaker game. So we just need the total points. If you think it's going to be 24-20, you just put 44 points, and that's your tiebreaker. It did go down to the tiebreaker for first, second, and third again last week. Brady was our winner. Congratulations, Brady was last week's Picks of the Week winner.
Yes.
He scored himself over $200 in gift certificates and a spot in the playoff pickoff.
That's right.
At the end of the year for the grand prize package. Good stuff. Go to the website, thefansportsnetwork.com, and make your Zag Picks of the Week. That's a tough slate this week.
Yeah, it is.
Tough slate this week.
Not an easy one to pick. Not having the high school games, I think, helps for some people that don't keep up with Region 9, but I think the high school and college games this week are tough to pick from.
Yeah, there are a lot of tight lines.
Yeah.
When I put these matchups together, I do the matchups. I do look at the spreads, and I try to pick the games that are, within 3 points or less. Most cases, maybe there's a game that's 4.5, but still tough. So the books think they're going to be close, so I put them on the Zag Picks of the Week.
Yeah,
Prove you know football to win big-time prizes every single week from Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar and our friends at Zag. Real quickly, thought or two on the Thursday night game. I know we're going to circle back to it a little bit more, and you'll have a pick later in the show, but are you excited about the Giants-Eagles? Eagles dropped their first game.
Yeah.
Dart's now 1-1 as the starter.
Sure.
No Malik Neighbors. They're a little banged up. This looks like a mismatch, but can the Giants make it close tonight?
Eagles coming off of their first loss of the season. I think they're going to be highly, highly motivated to come back out and probably blow out the Giants. But that's kind of where my lean is. We'll see where I come with our picks. But I feel like there's a storm coming to New York tonight, and the Eagles are going to. That's the storm that's brewing, is the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think they're going to win going away probably. But yeah, we'll think on it and make a pick later in the show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It'll be fun. I am a big Jackson Dart fan. I was a fan of his. I wanted the Seahawks to draft him. Excited to see what he can do. First win. Everybody loved Dart. Last week, 2 touchdown passes, but fumbled, threw some interceptions. It wasn't as smooth sailing for Mr. Jackson Dart. So we'll see in primetime on Amazon what he can do tonight. More on that game coming up second hour. Also, R.J. Jones, Utah Tech will stop by the show. Lee Sterling will join us second hour on the show. We'll get you some more winners. Loaded on a Throwdown Thursday from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Be right back. 2, baby. Hour 2 on a Throwdown Thursday. Sports fans, thank you so much. We always love you waking up with us here on the Fan Sports Network. Do appreciate it. Now streaming on the Drive YouTube page, every single show.
Yes.
You want to see Paulie's smiling face, Tara's smiling face, me and my hand motions throughout the show. We've got
Your hand
It's a
signals
lot
are
of good
not as
stuff, yeah.
your hand signals not as
They're not family
controversial
friendly.
as mine.
yeah.
Yours are ridiculous.
Mine are ridiculous, apparently.
Paulie has toned down the hand signals today. We haven't
A
seen
little
any
bit.
of
No,
those.
we saw some
We got a couple.
and
We got
some
a
like
couple.
pointing. Like,
Yeah.
there's been a few.
We are in
She
the,
documents every hand signal. I like that.
yeah.
I have a spreadsheet.
Show today brought to you by Prime IV.
All right.
We love Prime IV. Our friends at Prime IV got memberships available. And, of course, you want to be proactive with your health this fall. Get one of those memberships with the flu season right around the corner. Now is the time to get a membership at Prime IV. Members save on treatments, exclusive pricing, and it makes your regular wellness more affordable and more consistent. And you got to take your health seriously. And you get extra perks like additional discounts, special offers, and VIP access to their zero gravity massaging chairs. You sit back, relax. Those things are unbelievable. And a membership makes it easy to prioritize your health and improve your energy, stay hydrated, boost your immunity, all those things. Prime IV, it's a game changer. I've taken my kids down there, my wife, if we get sick, if there's an injury, if there's just low fatigue. I mean, there's so many benefits, so many reasons to go see our friends at Prime IV. They do have the Glow Special, $30 off this month. That's great for your nails, your hair, your skin. Tara, I think you would like that. You would like
yeah.
the Glow. Have you ever had that one?
I haven't, but I need to go try it out.
Yeah, I think my
I need
wife
the allergy one too. I think
That one is
Myers cocktail. I've gotten it.
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
They have helped me so much with my
Yeah.
spring allergies, and the fall allergies
That's
are here.
right. Remember when I lost my voice that for like a week
Yeah.
or whatever? I was like all raspy. I got one of those, and quickly it improved over like 2-3 days.
That's
and I was
right.
feeling great, you know?
That is correct. So Prime IV, we love those guys. They've been a long time. They've been with us over a year now. And again, if you want to take advantage of the October specials, it is October, Devin. It's already the 9th of the month. And these monthly specials go all the way to the 31st. So you can get the Immunity Plus add-on, which is the zinc and the vitamin C. That's only $30. The Glow, you save $30, so it's only $150. Or you can get a vitamin D injection for only $20. So those are some of the deals. And if you're a member, you automatically save an additional 10% off on any of those October specials at Prime IV. Check out the website, primeivstg.com, or check them out in person on Riverside Drive. They got that new Eden Foot and Scalp Spa right inside there, too. So that might be something you want to check out as well. I'm going to try that out when I get in there later this month. All right. We've got lots to get into here. Couple things, couple local headlines here, Paulie. The 4A state soccer bracket came out yesterday, right about 10 a.m. So we were off the air yesterday. And Snow Canyon gets the 3 seed. Snow Canyon girls soccer, the 3 seed. They will play the winner of Judge Memorial and Highland. That game is today. So Snow Canyon will have the bye today. They will be playing on next Thursday against the winner of Highland and Judge. It'll be at Judge Memorial, and then they'll be at home. Crimson is the 6th seed. So they are on the same quadrant there of the bracket, that bottom right bracket, as Snow Canyon. So Crimson Snow Canyon could potentially meet in the quarterfinals. We'll see if that plays out. Wow. Meanwhile, Desert Hills also earned a bye. They are the 7th seed. They will await the winner of the 10-23 matchup, which will be the 10 seed East hosting the 23 seed Orem. Okay. Then Hurricane is the 17 seed. They got to go to Timpanogos today, so they got to charter a bus. They had to move quickly, and now they're heading up north. And Dixie has to go as the 20 seed up to the 13 seed Skyview, so they're heading up to Cache Valley today. So Flyers, Tigers on the road. Cedar will play at home. And Cedar is kind of one of those teams that is sneaky. They get Provo at home. They're in that same bracket as Desert Hills, and they will play Provo at home. And then if they can win that game today at 4 o'clock, they would play Green Canyon next next week on the road. So tough path there to go through Green Canyon, the Wolves. The 1 seed is Ridgeline, the 2 seed is Green Canyon, the 3 seed is Snow Canyon, the 4 seed is Mountain Crest. Check it out, UHSAA Max Preps. The 4A girls bracket is out, and off we go to the postseason. 3 teams earning byes. And should be pretty exciting to see how it plays out. The other thing going on today, I wanted to kind of get everybody updated on, is the 4A state golf tournament. And we had Marco Leone, the coach of Desert Hills, on the show. I reached out to Coach Johnson, Crimson's coach, just via email, but didn't hear back. I was hoping to get him on the show for a quick hitter this morning, but we couldn't arrange that. But they got a chance to win it. So if Crimson can win it, maybe we'll be able to get Coach on first of the week and have some of the players come and join us as well. Going to be exciting to see what happens. They're up at Lakeside in Bountiful, Utah. The great Bountiful, Utah. Lakeside Golf Course, West Bountiful to be specific. The leader is Ridgeline. They shot 4 under as a team, with the top 4 scores yesterday. So Ridgeline has a 6-shot lead over Crimson, who was 2 over entering today's play. Then you've got Dixie that is 3 over, East that's 8 over, Pineview is 9 over, and Desert Hills is 11 over and 15 shots back. I think those are your top 6. Park City is 12 over, and so is Uinta. Realistically, that would be, it would take something special for anybody to come back from further behind and win the team portion of the 4A State Golf Championship. The individual championship, Dylan Winona of Crimson Cliffs has a 2-shot lead. He opens with a 6 under par round yesterday.
Wow.
Yes. The senior has had an unbelievable career, leads the entire state in scoring average in all classifications. He has been going so low this year. He's shot in 63, 64, 65. He's won a bunch of tournaments, and he is leading the 4A State tournament by 2 shots over Anderson and Skinner. There's 2 guys at 4 under. They're both Ridgeline players. That's why they've got the lead. And then there's about a group of another 5 or 6 guys at 1 under par. Cummings from Pineview, Maverick Rhodes from Crimson are in that group at 1 under par. Luke Christensen from Desert Hills, even par. Channing Clausen from Pineview is even par. And then Andre Rosales is 1 over par from Desert Hills. Turley from Dixie, Hunt from Dixie, 2 over par. So the Ammon Allred also 2 under. The kicker for Snow Canyon's football team, 2 over par in the first round. Nielsen from Cedar also 2 over par. So, your top 20 there, 2 over or better, I would say realistically 6 shots or 8 shots back have a chance to win if they go really low today.
Right. Yeah.
So that's going to be exciting up there at Lakeside Golf Course, and we'll see how it plays out by probably 3 o'clock this afternoon, maybe 3:30. We should know who is your 4A medalist and who is your state champs in boys 4A golf. Should be exciting. So you got the soccer bracket coming out. You got the second round of the 4A state golf today. Again, no football, so some of these other sports take center stage when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
They need their time in the sun.
They do, absolutely.
I was talking with Dylan Winona's father, too, and I said, hey, how are the offers looking? Because I've been watching his scores this year, and I had to think that somebody had given him some offers in golf.
Yeah.
And he's talking to some coaches, and there's some things in motion. He's a senior, but he doesn't know where he's playing yet. He has no concrete offers yet. And I'm just like, this kid can play. I've seen him play. I've seen his scores this year. Somebody's going to get a sneaky good player.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I don't know if that's going to be Brad Sutterfield here at Utah Tech, Coach Richard Church up at SUU, or if that's going to be maybe somebody else further away. Maybe he goes JUCO Division II. I don't know, but this kid is good. I've watched him. We used to go down. When my son was he was trying to qualify to Pinehurst to the Junior Worlds. And we would go down every Sunday and play a golf tournament for a whole year, because you had to go every week to get status, to get the number 1 seed. Only the number 1 seed of the season got the invite to the Junior Worlds out of U.S. kids. And the only person that we would see, and he's 4 years younger than my son, well, 3 years younger than my son, was Dylan Winona. He'd be down there playing that U.S. Kids Store every single weekend, and we'd always say hi and talk to him. So I followed his career and his trajectory, and I hope this kid finds a place to play because he's really talented. 600 par, he's leading the 4A state golf tournament after the first round. So good luck. Crimson is 6 shots back. We'll see how it plays out today. Going to be fun finish. Lakeside. I've never played Lakeside. 7 or 8
Haven't either. Yeah.
Little lakes on that course in Bountiful.
Yeah. I've heard it's tough.
Balls flying. What's the weather in Salt Lake today in Bountiful?
Today's good. Tomorrow's supposed to be kind of rainy, I think.
There was a chance today of rain like overnight tonight.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
storm's kind of rolling in, it seems like. But
don't want to feel like Bandon Dunes in Bountiful, Utah. For the high in Bountiful, it's 60 degrees right now. They don't tee off till about 9 o'clock. So by the time they tee off, it'll be up to 62, 63. Yeah. The high is 79 today. So that's a pretty nice day for a nice stroll and a walk, hitting a golf ball around the course.
Right.
Good stuff. All right, want to get one other local story out there. Caught up with RJ Jones. Fascinating story. Really enjoyed chatting with RJ. Utah Tech is finally back home tomorrow night. Tarleton State coming to Greater Zion Stadium. The number 3 team in the country on a Saturday night, 6 o'clock showdown. Pregame right here on the Fan at 5. Kickoff 6. Ooh, gonna be fun. Here is what RJ had to say coming off a close loss last week at Central Arkansas, getting ready for this big home game against Tarleton State.
RJ Jones with me here on the Fan Sports Network, and RJ hanging out with me, getting ready for a home game. Finally back at home this Saturday against the number 3 team in the country. We'll get to Tarleton State in a minute, but RJ, great performance for you individually last week. I know you wanted the dub, but talk about 6 tackles and a sack last week out there on the road at Central Arkansas.
Credit goes to my coach Moynihan and Coach Cross. They put me in a position to succeed. I feel like tackling was one of my strong points in my game, and running backs come, and you got to bring them down eventually. So someone has to do it, and I got there 6 times. And then the sack is just a good call by the coach. Got home pretty easy. Make sure you get the quarterback down. So, yeah.
Tough loss. How did you guys handle it? What was the resolve like in practice after losing that game by a touchdown?
Yeah, so as a defense, I feel like we played pretty well. Sometimes we give up some big plays, and there's plays that we can always, even in the good performance plays that we got to learn from. Fix our mistakes, and we could have held them under 23 points, in my opinion. So we have to do our job as well as the offense has to do their job. But yeah, I think as a team, that loss hurt definitely, but we bounced back. We had a great Tuesday practice yesterday morning, and I think the guys are fired up to play this team.
RJ, tell everybody your story. UCLA transfer. You're from Pasadena, redshirt sophomore. Tell everybody how you ended up here in St. George, Utah.
Yeah, so UCLA didn't go as I expected. I was looking for an opportunity. I entered the transfer portal this past December, and first coach that called me was Coach Moynihan, and they offered me a scholarship here. I came on a visit, and at the time there was no DB coach, so I was just seeing what I could do, making new friends, making new teammates and stuff, and I ended up here. Never what I thought I would end up in Utah, but that's how life goes in the college football world now. And now I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be a part of this team.
Pasadena, that's the hometown school, UCLA. You just wanted more minutes, it sounds like. You wanted an opportunity to get out on the field sooner?
Yeah. At the end of the day, the biggest thing for me was just playing football. I know Pasadena and the Rose Bowl and UCLA is all right at home for me, but at the end of the day, football is my dream, and by any means to get on the field and have an opportunity to play the game, that's what I was doing, and that's how I came here, and they gave me an opportunity, and I'm just going to take it and run with it.
Talk a little bit about your family, shout-outs, mom, dad, football family. You got siblings that play sports?
Oh, yeah. My little brother, he just stopped playing. He was at Sierra Kane High School these past 2 years. He's been playing football since I've been playing football. So got an older sister, shout out Drew. And then my mom, she's a great woman, TV producer. Dad's a high school football coach in Pasadena for the local high school. Actually a reigning state champion, or a city champion for
Nice.
Division 13 in Pasadena. So I'm just glad that, I got a football family and they support me wherever.
What was it like playing for Dad? You play for Dad?
In Pop Warner, I play for Dad. We butt heads a lot. Just because you're at home with him and it's football, and then you go to practice and it's even more football. And at the end of the day, he taught me everything I know, and I can only give him all the thanks for it.
you still got time for a call for Dad before games or midweek just to check in on things? And
Yeah, my daily pregame is I do a lap around the field and I'm on the phone with my mom and dad, just with my headphones. People think I'm listening to music, but I'm really on the phone having a conversation, just talking about life. Most of the time he had a game the night before, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about other college football games going around the world, just to stay leveled and stay calm, and just before the storm.
Talk a little bit about this next opponent. I mean, this is a big one. You saw SUU put up some points on them last week on the road. You get them here at home. Talk about the number 3 team, Tarleton State, the preseason favorite to win the UAC conference.
Yeah, Tarleton, they're great coach, great offense. I don't know too much about the defense, but I just know they have dynamic players all around the field. Receivers are good, quarterback is good, running back is good, O-line is good, tight ends are good. So I think we got to come with our best. I think that we have the right game plan to go in there and challenge these guys, and I think that we can hold them to our standard and that we can come out victorious as well.
RJ Jones hanging out with me. Thanks for the time. Go get them. Good luck against the Texans.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Really enjoyed catching up with RJ. Really smart kid. You can UCLA, that's the hometown team from Pasadena, but just didn't get a lot of opportunity quick enough, and that's what happens in this portal in today's football era.
Absolutely.
You want to go to your dream school, it's your hometown team, it's UCLA, and then oh wait, I'm buried on the depth chart, and I feel like I could play, but they're not playing me. You know, that program has not been very good either. That's been one of the
worst teams in
beat
FBS.
Penn State.
I know, but one of the worst teams in the FBS. They
Deshaun
fired their
Fox
coach.
already fired this year. I mean, that's been a mess down there.
New Heisel's kids calling plays for the first time ever as a play caller, and orchestrated a great game last week. But
but look, hey, that's the kind of kid you love to get in the portal here. Like you can tell he likes being here. He's happy. He never thought I'd be in Utah, but that's where the journey's taking
wants
me.
to play.
6 tackles and a sack last week. Defense gave the offense every opportunity to win that game. They had a really rough holding call that called the play.
They talked about that in the post game with Coach Anderson.
That was a tough call.
Rod kind of pointed it out and was like, that wasn't a hold. And he was trying to get Coach Anderson to kind of say it wasn't either. But he's like, I saw it. We talked to Dallin on the sideline. He didn't think he did it either. And I looked at it again. It looked like a regular cut block. It wasn't a hold.
It was a cut block.
Yeah,
it was a cut block. And I heard at practice yesterday that the officiating crew actually sent a written apology.
Oh, they did.
And
okay.
that they missed that call. That was a clean cut block.
Anderson was saying they were going to send it to the UAC offices.
And they got a call and an email or a letter or whatever.
Okay.
It doesn't do any good
I know, that's
when the
what I was
officials
gonna
say,
say.
hey, we missed that one. That was a clean cut block.
Yeah.
We went from a 5 down to the other team's 5 and probably would have scored.
Correct.
It was a big play that got negated.
Big swing in the game.
100%.
So,
and you're on the road, and you're not going to,
home
officials are going to make mistakes.
Yeah, there's sometimes home cooking. There's sometimes bad calls.
That doesn't make you feel any better when you get an apology from the official, does it?
I mean, you don't frame that one and put that one on the wall in the office at Utah Tech that you got an apology, but
big ask to upset number 3 Tarleton. SUU was leading by 7 at halftime on the road last week without their starting quarterback Bronson Barron, who's out with a knee injury.
That could have given a different look. They could have been prepared for for Barron. I'm sorry, and they could have been kind of caught off guard by the running nature of Will Burns.
Yeah, but they couldn't stop. Joshua Dye, 189 yards and 4 touchdowns. SUU's strength is the run game. Maybe that's Tarleton's kryptonite a little bit. They got a bunch of athletes. We'll see if Utah Tech at home can establish that run. I'm sure they've looked at the tape upside down and turned it inside out and tried to find some ways that they can keep this competitive and have a chance in the fourth quarter to upset the number 3 team in the country. They beat Army in week 0.
Yep.
On the road and kind of had one of those big FCS, FBS upsets that we so rarely get. There's like 1 or 2
of them
this year, and that
there
was
wasn't
it.
a ton in FBS, FCS.
And that's
upsets.
the one that stands out because it's propelled them to the number 3 ranking, and they were the favorite, and they do have some NIL money, and they've got some dudes down there for the Texans. And
an old friend of ours, Victor Gabalis, has 12 touchdowns, and
Bryce Parker's his receiver.
That's right.
Another former Trailblazer.
Kind of took a couple package deal there, and they're thriving down there in Tarleton. So, yes, I think we were on the Zoom presser on Tuesday. me, Rod, and Eric Gould. And Eric Gould asked Coach Anderson a great question. I was kind of thinking it myself. I was thinking about asking it, but I didn't know if it was appropriate. But he asked him if any of the players are holding any grudges or ill will towards Victor, and will that give them an added bump on Saturday? And he said, well, most of the roster's turned over since
really
Vic was here.
yeah.
So there's not a lot of ill will. There's not a lot of resentment towards Victor.
There'll be a couple guys who remember him, guys. Marley Sagapolo played
guys
with
that
him
have
for
been
a
in
year.
the program for a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
But not many of the newcomers
Chris
even
Street,
know of this guy.
Chris Street would be a guy that comes to mind that was a teammate of his when he was a younger pup.
That's right.
Now a senior, 24 years old.
But we saw it at the end of his tenure here at Utah Tech with Joey Hobart and Ricky Johnson. That offense, the passing offense, was electric with Stutzman as the OC.
Yep.
And now Gabalis has proved that he had his struggles early in the year that year at Utah Tech, but really rounded into form. He has become a really good FCS quarterback. I think 12 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions on the season.
Yeah, him and Bronson Barron statistically are leading most of the passing categories in the UAC conference standings right now.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
And Barron's put together a great season as well. I know he was out last week.
He has the most yards passing, even with last week not playing.
Yeah, he's definitely put up the totals, and he's led a prolific offense. So I think Gabalis is probably my lean for UAC Player of the Year if he keeps it up on the best team, best player, most important position. I think he could be your UAC Player of the Year this year, Victor Gabalis, but we'll find out. We'll see. It's a little early to call that, but he is playing really well right now.
It's going to be a great sports weekend. We got the Major League Baseball. We got the NASCAR invading Las Vegas. We've got
going to go to that, NASCAR.
Big games for the Utes, the Cougars, the Aggies, and Tech. SU's on a bye. Tech at home again. 5 o'clock pregame on Trailblazer Sports Vision and here on the Fan Sports Network. 6 o'clock kickoff. Should be fun. Should be fun. Rod and Max will have the TV call. Kate and Paulie will have the radio call this week. Should be exciting to see what happens. Of course, you've also got the preseason underway for the Utah Jazz. Ace Bailey shined last night. If you didn't see the highlights or watch the game, 25 points on 11 of 16 shooting. Getting praise from Kevin Durant last night. A lot to be excited about on his debut in the NBA. A lot of people saying, great things about his spin move, his stop and pop three, his defense. Like, he showed the whole gamut of how comfortable he could look out there on an NBA floor.
Yeah.
We were shocked he was up there at 5 and slid to 5 in the draft, and Jazz got maybe a future superstar. And we kind of thought they got a bad beat in the NBA draft lottery, and it ended up landing Ace Bailey, which, he's going to be compared to all 4 picks in front of him.
Yeah.
All season long.
I think he would have been picked earlier had his representation not scared other teams away. I mean, did Charlotte really want to take Con Knippel? I mean, would they rather have him than Ace Bailey?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's a question I wonder in my head, because I think Ace, as a player, as a prospect, is head and shoulders above Knippel. Knippel's a great shooter. Great shooter. But all-around game, I would favor Ace Bailey.
But last night, we didn't see Ace really do that. Now, he only played in 2 summer league games.
Yeah.
In Salt Lake. He didn't play in Vegas.
No.
So we really didn't get a big sample size. So we didn't really get it. So all of a sudden, you haven't seen anything since Salt Lake Summer League back around the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, here we are in October, and he's 25 points against Kevin Durant and a playoff team in the Houston Rockets. Everybody kind of was buzzing on social media last night. Everybody in the Delta, it was a road game last night.
Road game
last night. I think they're home tomorrow night for a preseason game, because I think Benson Boone is at the Delta Center tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Tara's going to be there.
And then I think Jazz tomorrow night, and then Benson Boone again on Saturday night. So they're sandwiching a Jazz game into some Benson Boone concerts.
That's how you know you're a big act, when you could do the stadium tour or the arena tour 3 nights.
3 nights.
Fill it up all 3 nights.
Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
That's right.
3
Dude's,
shows.
He's printing money.
Yeah.
He's printing money over there.
19,000 fans in there at least.
And all
plus
those
the
VIP,
floor seats.
all the meet and greet things where you get to, that's the biggest sham in music industry right now. For the people that pay like $3,000 to go up to the artist, shake their hand, take a picture, and then you're shoot away. It's such a scam, but those tickets are probably like $5,000, $3,000, something like that. So
I love
Might be.
I would never pay that.
I know.
Okay. All right. Got to get to a break. Well, we don't have to get to a break yet.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a couple minutes here, and then we got Lee Sterling coming on. And then we won't have a lot of time after that, because I'm pushing this break here. But I wanted to remind everybody, because I don't don't think we're going to have a show tomorrow with fall break. TA is going to rock with Benson Boone. I've got a little family time planned this weekend, and so and I don't know where I'll be yet. These guys are trying to convince me to go to Seattle to the Mariners game.
Yeah,
I might end up at the Benson Boone concert with my wife and daughters. I'm not sure yet, but not till Saturday night.
I kind of think your wife and daughters want to watch Benson Boone and like drool over him. Without you there.
Yeah, did you invite your husband to go?
Yeah, okay. He's in separate though.
Oh yeah, you had to get him a lone wolf ticket close by.
We did get it. It's close, but he does have a
Mr.
lone
Blue
wolf
electric
ticket.
suit. Did you buy him the suit, Mr. Blue suit?
Yeah,
I love
but
it.
he is kind of going to be off.
Isolated.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little isolated, but he's still there.
He will still be there.
He's still there.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go.
You guys can meet on the stairwell and dance.
Yeah.
lot of people have a little trip. It's moratorium, So for some of the teams, all the football teams, obviously fall break. No class today, Friday, or Monday for. What is it? Columbus Day on Monday.
Columbus Day, yeah, that's right.
So a little break there to go deer hunting.
Yeah,
that's where Paulie's going. Right?
No,
Probably
not.
Get the 30-06, dust off the cobwebs, and go up to the hills. And
yeah, I'm not a big hunter.
I know that. I'm joking.
Grandpap, he loves to hunt.
Here are your matchups. If you want to win,
yes,
$175 gift certificate to Zag and a $50 gift certificate to Kabuto Sushi. You got to make your picks. That's first place. We got prizes for second and third every single week. If you win the week, you're in the playoff pickoff. We're going to have about 15 winners. We're doing this about maybe 14 winners, 14 weeks, I think, and there'll be 14 people head-to-head.
Yeah.
Whoever wins the playoff pickoff will get a grand prize package. I got to put the finishing touches on that. It's going to be over $1,000 in value.
Wow.
It's going to include some golf rounds and some getaways and some food and all kinds of great stuff.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Dang.
He's sweetening the pot.
Yeah.
Pot sweeteners
I
all
hate
over the
that
place.
I can't be involved.
The other thing that I think I'm going to do.
Yes.
And don't. I got to double check something.
Don't quote him here.
Don't quote me here.
That's right.
But next week's picks of the week,
Oh,
I think I'm going to throw in some PGA Tour tickets to our weekly winner to go out to
okay.
Black Desert and
All
watch some
right. Now
PGA
that's
golf.
a hot ticket.
For
That
a day.
is.
So if you've never played before, it doesn't matter. You don't have to play every week. It's always free. You just go to the website. Try to get in the habit of playing every week. The more you play, the better chance you have to win.
Yeah.
This week, 10 matchups to pick from, 5 college, 5 NFL. Here are your matchups. Our Zag picks of the week. BYU at Arizona. Arizona State at Utah. BYU at Arizona is a 6 o'clock kickoff. Utah hosting ASU is an 8:15 kickoff at Rice-Eccles. That's your late game in the TV window. Bama is at Mizzou. Indiana at Oregon, top 10 matchup. Utah State at Hawaii. We threw the Aggies in there. It sounds like Bryson Barnes is going to try to play through the injury.
Yeah.
Bronco was saying, hey, we're comfortable with other guys at QB if needs be, but it sounds like Barnes is going to try to play.
Okay.
And then you got 5 in the NFL. Seahawks at Jags, Niners at Bucks, Lions at Chiefs, Bills at Falcons, and Bears at Commanders. I think it's a tough 5 games there. All the spreads are 4.5 points or under in those
That's right.
games.
And pick'ems are tough, as we've found out at Wingnuts. But I wanted to give flowers to Tara, our producer, as she
'cause I
won the
won.
Wingnuts pick'em.
yeah.
She
Nice.
did. She took it down. Yeah.
Nice. Give her a round of applause.
After
everybody.
a rough week
Big win,
in
big win.
fantasy and Survivor,
That's
I
right.
won the pick'em.
She needed
She
some
won the pick'em. She salvaged the weekend.
There you
go. Yeah.
After all the collateral damage of the fantasy team. And
Again, go to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. Go to contest, pick on Zag picks of the week. First place, $150 to Zag, $50 to Kabuto, so $200 prize package. Second place gets $100 to Zag and $40 to Kabuto. And third place, we're still giving you a $75 gift certificate to Zag and $30 to Kabuto. Go over there and get a sushi roll and some ramen for lunch. Got to take a break. Lee Sterling on the other side. We're going to pick some games for you with Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. 1800 or go to coralcanyongolf.com. The man himself, Mr. Lee Sterling, joining us now. He was 3-2 on our show, but boy, oh boy, he had a day in the NFL. Paulie, I checked Lee's picks. I sent him over to Paulie, and Paulie's like, I like those picks. And Paulie was brave enough to throw a 4-teamer together and hit the 4-teamer.
Thank you, Lee.
Thanks to Mr. Lee Sterling. Lee, good morning. How we doing, my friend?
I'm good. I always tell people don't do parlays, things like that. Teasers are fine in the NFL. I got more people sending me screenshots of their 4- and 5-team parlays the last 2 Sundays. So, yeah, we're a combined 13-0 the last 3 Sundays. So let's see if we can keep rolling. Also, not too bad in college. Only went 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1's a good weekend, man. I mean, nice to go 6-1. I don't ever go 6-1 in college.
Yeah, by my radio math, that's a 10-1 weekend for Mr. Lee Sterling.
Yeah. And obviously, we don't have the same plays. Lee likes to give us some plays that are pertinent to our listening audience and pick some games that he thinks, people here in Southern Utah will like to hear about these games. We do have a good slate to pick from, including the Utah and the BYU game today. And it's Locktober, right, Lee? It's not October. It's Locktober, baby.
It's Locktober. We're going to keep rolling. Now there's football every single day of the week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, for the next 50 days, so anyone wants to get involved. If you're trying it on your own or dealing with someone else, probably about 96-7% chance it's not going to work out for you. So this is what I do. We won 30 of 31 years. We're on our way to our 31st winning year in the last 32nd year. So you want to hop on board? How about this? Normally $497. Use coupon code SAVE100, just $397. That's it for my entire phone service through Halloween night, and we rate them from 10 to 15 units, 10 to 50, and you're going to get generally 12 to 15 games a week. So I think I can win for you.
Yeah, absolutely. ParamountSports.com, save 100, the promo code. Let's give out some free picks, though, Lee. Let's start in college football. You must see something here. Cincinnati, 12-point favorites against Central Florida.
So Central Florida's got some real problems. They don't have a quarterback. Playing 3 different guys now. Last week they were up, and then their starting quarterback went down, Tavon Jackson. They put in Ja'Cory Brown, who at one time was at Miami, Cam Fancher, who was at Marshall. Those 2 guys, wherever they started off, were not successful. And these 2 guys they're like the 12th man for the other team, to say that. So I just think that Jackson's the guy for them. They were up by 2 touchdowns when he left. I would say it's doubtful he plays with that shoulder injury. Their running back, Miles Montgomery's been fine. 119, 110 rushing yards, yet the Knights lost and didn't cover either of those games here. So something ain't right when that happens here. Last season, Cincinnati allowed only 13 points, to which was probably a better UCF offense in Orlando. So they've been playing as if Cincinnati's, if Satterfield, their head coach, is serious about keeping his job. So, and also betting on Scott Frost since he left the first time at UCF here, has been like dropping a lit match here onto a pile of dollars soaked in lighter fluid. Cincinnati here, blowout city, 41-17.
Wow. 41-17. I think they're 11, 12-point favorites, and take the Bearcats in that one.
Resurgent Bearcats at that. But we got another one here, Lee. One of the most talked about teams for us on this show throughout the offseason, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Spent a ton of money in NIL. They're taking on Kansas this week, and they're laying a bad number in that 14 and a hook. What do you think in this one, Lee?
Yeah, and they're begging you to play Kansas here. So Kansas did come back, give them credit, but they were down by 2 touchdowns, as I mentioned, when Tavon Jackson left the game here. So Kansas should be another good test here. Jayhawks can move the ball in chunks. We know that. That said, Jayhawks are also on back-to-back travel games here, now facing a top 10 team with 3 capable quarterbacks here, and a defense, get this, not allowing 4.17 yards per carry, 4.17 yards per snap here. The average Tech win has been by over 47 points. 37 points. They are for real. Tech, 45-20.
45-20, not even a question. You lay the 14 and the hook. Let's keep it rolling. This one can be the last game, I think, to tip off, like Mountain Time Zone. It's going to be like right before midnight here in Utah. Right. Bronco Mendenhall, and a team that maybe can compete for a Mountain West championship this year, Utah State. This is a pivotal game for them going out to Hawaii. This is a tight line. Hawaii is favored by just 1.5 at home.
Yeah, last year Utah State won 55-10 in Logan. I mean, it was late November. Weather was brutal. Hawaii wanted no part of being there. It was the last start for Braden Shager, former quarterback, and he played that game injured. He was not. He shouldn't even been in the game. He was like the sacrificial lamb. After that game, they put in QB1, Micah Alejado. Micah Alejado lit it up since then, and when he missed the game this year, that's the only game that they've floundered. He's put the run in the run and shoot, and he is an emotional leader too. Not just can run and throw the football. He's that guy that's running up the players. Love his makeup and think he's a next-level player. Utah State, 4-0 against the spread under first-year head coach Bronco Mendenhall. They covered 2 spreads as a mid-20-point underdog to Vandy and also a mid-30-point underdog to Texas A&M. I think both those teams are looking ahead a little bit, and they did beat UTEP and Air Force, but everyone beats UTEP and Air Force. I think the wrong team favored. Last year, it was a whooping. I think this is the circle game here for Hawaii. I think they get that revenge here, 35-30.
35-30, 65 points. I was just looking at the total in that game. It's 57 and a half, and I was thinking the same thing. This could be a lot of points scored in this game. I mean, just the fact that Utah State scored as many as they did against Vanderbilt, I thought was pretty impressive against a Power 5 team on the road. So that's what I was kind of looking at. Now, Bryson Barnes is supposed to play.
Yeah, that's big.
Mendenhall is saying that they're comfortable with their backups if it needs to get to that point. But right now, it sounds like Barnes is going to go in this game for the Aggies.
All right, Lee, another one in the Beehive State. Utah, in their last 10 Big 12 games, just 2-8, but they take on the Arizona State Sun Devils from Rice-Eccles Stadium, laying 6 at home. What do you think here?
Yeah, each team has won 3 of 4 and is off of a bye. Utah quarterback Devin Dampier had a nice rebound after throwing the 2 picks in that loss to Texas Tech, threw 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he did have a pick, but overall I thought he looked better against West Virginia before the bye. Arizona State's defensive strength is getting to the quarterback and stopping the run, but they have to do it a lot of times with pressure from the linebackers, and that could be a problem. If Utah can keep Dampier clean, I think he can pick them apart here. Sometimes you got to lay it if you want to play it. I like Utah, 31-21.
Wow.
31-21. Take the Utes. This is an 8:15 kickoff Saturday night, so this is a late kickoff at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Let's go to BYU. BYU will kick off at 6 o'clock local time. They'll be down in Tucson. Should be nice, warm at 6 o'clock in Tucson. BYU slight favorites against a much improved Arizona Wildcat team. BYU is on the road, favored by 2.5 points right now, Lee, in this game.
Yeah, so Zona, they got some firepower here. Fafita, the quarterback, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Texas State transfer running back Ismail Mahdi, 382 yards and averaging over 6 yards per carry. The Cougars are on the road here for the 3rd time in 4 weeks. They have a little bit of a look ahead, obviously. Utah on deck. Arizona bounced back from their blowout loss here to Iowa State with a big win over Oklahoma State, although not as impressive anymore, but at home. If Arizona's on the road, I would not even take a look at this game, but at home, they're just a different team. You're like watching the team sometimes, like, is this the same team I saw last week? So I think at home, it's a tough out here, and BYU allowing 24 points to West Virginia, who has no quarterback. I mean, their quarterback position is so bad it's alarming. I think Zona's going to pull it off. Small upset here, 30-28.
30-28, take Arizona. So recap in college football. Bunch of games this week in college football. Lee likes Cincinnati lay the 12. He likes Texas Tech swallow the 14.5. He likes Hawaii in a shootout over Utah State. Utah, you got to lay the 6, but he likes them to cover against number 23 Arizona State at home. And then BYU, you might want an Arizona money line that one, huh?
Yeah, wrong team favored.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, he's got the Wildcats over the Cougars in that one. Chiefs Lions, Lee, you've got that one signaled. Signature game in the NFL is your game of the week this week.
Yeah, I got a real strong opinion on one side here. How about this? Anyone wants to get it for free? Just be one of the first 5 callers. Call right now, 800-400-9741. Give you the game for free. 800-400-9741. The game is on me. And like I said, we're rolling. Got another UFC card. Hit our 50-unit max wager last weekend. Won 14 of the last 18 UFC cards. 7 selections, $37. That card goes from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And baseball playoffs, you can get the rest of the playoffs and or the player props, $97 each. We've lowered that price through the World Series. And football, October, every game on our phone service through the 31st of October, normally $4.97, just $3.97 with coupon code SAVE100, ParamountSports.com.
All right, Lee Sterling, we'll send people to the website, 800-400-9741. If you want that Chiefs-Lions winner, first 5, get that, 800-400-9741. Lee, have a great weekend. Stay hot, my friend, and we'll talk to you again next Thursday.
Thanks, Lee.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Got to take a break. Back in a flash to the Findlay Hyundai Studios. we are rolling right along on a Throwdown Thursday. A lot of fun having Lee Sterling drop by the show. We had R.J. Jones, Utah Tech defensive star, UCLA transfer. We went through the 4A state soccer bracket, 3 seed for Snow Canyon, the best in Region 9. Crimson got the 6 seed, Desert Hills the 7 seed. Yep. So all those 3 teams have byes. They do not play today. Meanwhile, Hurricane, Cedar, Dixie, they're at Pineview, all in action today. So good luck to our local soccer teams. Also, good luck to all our 4A state boys golfers at Lakeside and Bountiful. Dylan Winona takes a 2-shot lead into the final round today. Crimson, though, is trailing Ridgeline. They got a little work to do. Crimson, scoring average-wise, one of the favorites all year long to win state. But Ridgeline shot 4 under. Crimson shot 2 over as a team. So Crimson will start the day 6 back in second place. Dixie is 7 back of Ridgeline. Ridgeline had 2 guys shoot 4 under par. If they duplicate that, they're going to be tough to beat. But if Maverick Road shot 1 under, Winona shot 6 under. So those 2 combined to shoot 7 under. So anything can happen. That is going to be an interesting 18 holes today for the 4A state championship. But by the way, Pineview is 9 over, sitting in 5th, and Desert Hills 11 over after the first day. They are sitting in 6th. So we have 4 of our local Region 9 teams in the top 6 going into the final round today. Can't wait to see how it plays out. We do have a Thursday night doubleheader in baseball today. You got those National League games. You got Phillies, Dodgers, followed by Brewers and Cubs. We'll see if the Cubs and the Phillies can stave off elimination and get it to a decisive Game 5 today. That's going to be a lot of fun. You also have the NFL Thursday night game tonight, and you do have some college football games tonight. I think there's 3 college football games on a Thursday night tonight.
Yeah, I think South Florida is going against, who are they playing tonight? I saw that game earlier today, but
Missouri State at Middle Tennessee was last night, and so is Liberty UTEP. That was kind of a boring game. But tonight, 4 games. La Tech at Kennesaw State, East Carolina at Tulane, Jacksonville State at Sam Houston, and Southern Miss is at Georgia Southern. Those are the 4 games I'm seeing. Tonight, South Florida plays Friday night against North Texas.
Nice.
You got Rutgers, UW, Fresno State, Colorado State. So you do have 3 more games Friday night.
That's right. A free Friday night for us. So I'll probably be taking some of those in, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no broadcast on our normal Friday Night Lights with the Region 9 fall break bye weeks. With only 5 region games, everybody gets fall break off. And then we'll go to October 17th. So a week from tomorrow will be the regular season finale. First playoff games will be on the 24th. Teams that get a bye will play on the 31st, so gonna be exciting. We're gonna have games on Friday football on Halloween this year, Paulie. It should be good. We're gonna have the trunk or treat early in the day over at Finley Auto. The Fan is gonna be broadcasting live. Mark your calendar from 2 to 4 for that. Also, I did want to mention this before we get on Jackson Dart and Jalen Hurts and tonight's NFL game, and then our Survivor picks. Utah Tech men's basketball is doing a men's and women's autograph session tonight at Staley Family Farm from 6 to 7 o'clock. So the men's and women's team on a Thursday night from 6 to 7 will be over signing autographs at Staley Family Farm tonight. You can meet the team. A lot of newcomers to the men's and women's program, especially the men's program. They got a lot of newcomers. So you want to meet some of the new players, you can do that from 6 to 7 tonight at Staley Family Farm. All right, a couple thoughts on the game tonight, Paulie. What do you see in this one? This looks like a bad spot for the Giants to be in.
Yeah, I'm on the Eagles here. I think they're going to win going away, coming off a loss.
Even against the number.
Should be an upset, angry team. So I think the Eagles are going to take it out on the Giants tonight, blow them away. I think it's Eagles 35-20, something like that.
The line is currently 7.5, depending on where you shop at. Giants are at home.
Total.
Yes, Giants are at home. Jackson Dart did win his first home start against a good Chargers team, but couldn't beat the Saints
quite a bit yet last week. Threw a couple bad picks, and Scadaboo fumbled. I mean, I just don't.
It was sloppy.
Without my neighbors, I just don't fear the Giants' offense. So I'll go Eagles here in the points.
All right, and they're looking to bounce back too. I think they're a little frustrated. They'll let that first loss slip last week. So Denver came back, and they kind of got really, really pass happy, and they forgot to run Saquon Barkley in the second half and conserve the lead, and Bo Nix came back and beat them. And so they're going to be kind of mad on a short week, looking for a little bit of a revenge, so to speak, and the Giants just happen to be in their way. Tara, who do you like tonight, Giants or Eagles?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, I think they come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Max Giants tonight? Max likes the Giants. He's going to take the Giants plus the 7. All right, we got. Let's reboot the Survivor League real quickly. Paulie's been just begging me.
Welcome thing that you just said there. I welcome that.
So
thought.
what is the new conditions?
All right. So I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a caller with like 3 minutes in the show. So I was going to do a caller, and if a caller won and advanced further than us, then I say we take the caller out to lunch, a lunch with the drive.
Okay. Okay.
And if we all lose, I think there needs to be some physical punishment, like push-ups or some kind of exercise. Because I'm trying to lose weight again, so maybe 50 push-ups for the loser who goes out first.
I like it.
The other 2 are safe.
Okay. All right.
So whoever goes out first, and then you guys battle for the winner, whoever is the final 2, then they pick the prize. I mean, the winner has to get something, but the loser, there has to be repercussions for making terrible Survivor picks like we all did last week.
Yeah, mine was a bad beat. My gosh, I cannot believe
you guys took easy picks. I gambled.
DeMarcado.
She rests her laurels on that she gambled, and she took the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
Well, I'm not going to overthink this.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay. You're allowed to take the same
team. He took my pick.
You're allowed to take the same team.
I mean, I don't think Joe Flacco coming in and starting for the Bengals is going to do anything in my eyes to get them a win in Lambeau Field. Browning's more mobile, younger. You're bringing Flacco in for his experience. I just don't see Flacco lighting up Green Bay's defense at home. So I think that's the low-hanging fruit. I think Green Bay is the obvious pick this week.
All right, let's go to Tara.
Well, yeah, I'm taking Green Bay, too.
You're on Green Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go different here. I'm going to go the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Browns. With Dylan Gabriel making a second start, I think the Steelers' defense is just too much for him. Too many good players and too much speed over there. So I'm going to go Steelers as my Survivor pick this week. You both are on the Packers,
Packers,
right?
yeah.
I can change.
Well, no. I like
You like being the odd man out.
I like the odd man out because if you guys lose, I win.
I kind of get the feeling you want to do push-ups, though. Dylan, that's a sketchy pick. Cleveland.
I'm banking some better teams
that
for later.
That defense is pretty good. They could rough Rodgers up a little bit. You never know.
We'll see.
Never know.
Gonna be 6-point spread.
All right.
Pretty good.
Been a fun week of shows. You guys enjoy the fall break. We'll be back in studio on Monday.
Yeah.
No show tomorrow. Everybody gets the day off today. Tara's going to Benson Moon.
Yeah.
I might end up in Seattle at a Mariners game this weekend. You never know. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. We out of here. It's been The Drive.
Big play? Time for a big bite. Enjoy that Kung Pao chicken after a punt, a fresh poke bowl after a highlight